What's up, YouTube? SnatchPato here, back after a long hiatus with some tactic solving on chesstempo.com, and I'm just going to get straight into it because if you've seen these videos before, you know that they go for quite a while somehow. I'm going to solve 2 to 3, but it could go for longer, depending on how many tactics I solve. So my rook's hit. If I move my rook nonchalantly, let's say down 1 square, he can't quite mate me because my knight on f1 is a good defender. So that's good news. Um, let's see. Material count, I should do that first. 2 bishops. I've got 2 bishops too. I've got an extra minor piece, I think. But he has this strong pawn on b2. And I've got a weakened king side. Okay. His loose pieces, I mean, I suppose perhaps as simple as bishop takes b7, bishop takes e5, and then bishop takes a8. Because he hasn't got mate. He does not have mate. He can't check me on this g5 square either, which is something that originally concerned me. So bishop e7, bishop e5, and then bishop a8, I suppose. I mean, looks good to me. Rook a8, and I seem to just be up material. I've won a bishop, I've lost a rook, I've won a rook, I've lost a bishop. Actually, that's pretty even, but I am up a piece here. He's got a bishop on e5, he has a rook on a8, and then maybe I can fork those 2 pieces with queen d5. Sorry about that noise. Queen d5. Rook e8 is the only move to defend the bishop. And then what? I don't know. Perhaps there's something stronger. Like, I'm nearly immediately winning this queen with bishop b5, maybe. Bishop b5. The queen can't go anywhere along here. Actually, it can capture on a4, and it can also go to b4. So maybe that's not very strong at all. Unless there's a nice follow-up, but I can't see a nice follow-up. Rook e4, I want to look at too. Okay, by the way, as well, guys, I'm not really interested in doing these nice and quickly or anything like that. I'm more interested in calculating all the lines as if this was a classical game and I had, you know, as much time as honestly necessary to solve it correctly. I want to find the best move. I don't really care for, you know, being like super accurate. Sorry, super quick or anything like that. Also on bishop b5, you could play queen to h3, which is a fine move. I'm wondering if I can move my rook and gain a tempo at the same time, because if I can do that, then I can just win a free bishop. So maybe rook e4 is the most simple way to do that. Rook e4, this queen can't defend the bishop on b7. Now if rook e4 and bishop takes bishop, then I just take the queen. Rook e4, if queen h3, h5, I just take the bishop. My knight is always protecting h2. And I don't believe there's any checks this queen can make. And even if it could, knight to g3 is a way to block those checks. So unless there's something like super strong, unless I'm missing something super obvious, which, let's face it, is very possible, rook e4 looks like it just attacks the queen, gains a tempo to take this bishop on b7. I can't see anything wrong with that move. I don't really have any loose pieces, you know, which is super nice. Okay, I wonder. Rook e4, bishop takes d5, rook takes h4, and then bishop from d5 takes on f3, hitting my queen. I wonder if that will be a nuisance. If you can play something like rook f6, rook g6, check. Mating, maybe? Looks a bit... I can probably rustle up some defense somewhere, you know, like move my queen after rook f6, Simply move my knight to d2 and my king can run away. I don't know, but I think rook e4, just picking up the b7 bishop. That's as far as I'm going to go, because it looks pretty good to me. One more check, rook e4. The queen's got to move. He hasn't got mate because my knight on f1 covers it. If the queen just moves randomly, let's say to d8. Bishop takes b7. Queen takes d8. Queen takes d1 maybe. Rook takes d1. There's no promotion. My bishop's safe. He does win this pawn at the... Oh, no, he doesn't. My bishop still defends this pawn at the end of the line, so I think I'm going to go for that. Okay, this is the line we just looked at. I think bishop takes b7, queen takes d1. Rook takes d1 is fine. I hope so. Anyway. Okay. I'm just going to mute my mic real quick while I cough, so you guys don't have to deal with that. Okay, that was a lot of thinking. How long did that take? 5 minutes 40, considering it was a relatively simple tactic in the end, but I do want to increase my ability, and to do that I feel like I need to spend the time with the tactics. Make sure it's correct, you know. These aren't blitz tactics. These are standard ones on chess tempo. So I want to take my time, and I'm glad I got it right. So that took quite a while, so maybe I'll do one more tactic before ending this video. We're playing black here. Ooh, our queen looks a bit trapped. Our king looks a bit shaky, but this h7 flight square should be okay. Our rook's hit right now. Let's do a quick material count. One knight each, one bishop each, one queen each, two rooks each. I've got 4 points, he's got 4 points. So material is equal, but my pieces don't look as coordinated as his. Perhaps he's really soon going to be playing g5. g5 and then g takes h6, and I'm in quite a bit of strife there. But the main point I think is that he's hitting my rook on c5 here, which is the first thing I want to think about addressing. First, I suppose I should look at the checks. Are there any checks? The only one I can see is bishop e4. He can take it two ways. I don't think that's great. And I can't see any more checks. So is there any other forcing moves? Well, knight takes g2. Queen takes c5. We're even, still in material. We both lost a rook. And what? What have I gained from that? You know what I would like one day would be to get a knight unopposed to d3, looking for mate on c1 with my queen. Few problems with that. It's covered by two pieces right now, and also the rook could block on g1 at any time, so not great. Okay, what other forcing moves are there? Hitting the queen. What can we do to hit the queen? We can play rook to d5. Knight takes d5. Maybe pin that knight and win it back. But we still lose in exchange, and I don't think it's very good at all. So, this tactic, I'm not sure exactly. Usually, you know, you have at least some sort of idea where to go in a tactic, but I'm really not super clear on this. I suppose something I can play. But just rook takes knight. Rook takes knight, and if this rook captures the knight, I can take this rook for free with any of my pieces, and that should be winning. I've also got bishop takes g2 at any point. He takes my rook, and I don't really have follow-up though. So I feel like if I take the knight first, say queen takes, then I can capture this rook. And I've kind of just won a minor piece, won this knight here. The question is whether I'll be trapping this knight, if this knight can ever get trapped. You know, I don't really think so. But if I take the knight, is there some other like in-between move that you can play that will kind of wreck me, so to speak? I can't really see it. Maybe queen takes, so that after I take here, he's maybe can bear down on this knight with like Yeah, it kind of looks pretty simple, no? Just something as simple as rook takes knight. If the rook moves, I take this rook. I don't have back rank issues, I don't think. So I think what it might come down to in the end is just after rook takes c3 and say he recaptures with the queen, it seems like the most natural thing to do. Actually, you know what he might do? Rook takes knight, and then rook g1. Rook g1 could be his response. But I think I can get away with that because I think rook f3, rook g1, maybe I can sacrifice on c1, king c1, because if the king runs away, I mean, the king can't run away because my rook is right here. So rook c3, rook g1, rook takes c1, king takes c1. Maybe I bring my other rook to c8. And maybe he's in a bit of trouble. But maybe also I have other tricks. Rook c3. Rook c3, if rook g1, that opens up this long diagonal suddenly. And now suddenly bishop e4 check. Now if the king goes to a1, it's mate on c1. Remember, this knight is going to be here on e1 in the way of the rook's defense. So rook c3, rook g1, bishop e4. And if queen takes e4, my queen takes e4, check again. Remember, this knight's not here. It's the first piece I've captured. It's gone. So perhaps rook f3. And there's going to be no blocking for him on d3 because I'll have my knight. I'm talking about, okay, so knight c3, rook g1, bishop e4. If he plays rook d3, it's simply bishop takes c3 and says he's gained nothing. So I think that's probably it. So rook g1 I don't think works because it opens up my queen's support of my bishop on e4, which I like. So I think this rook move works. If he plays rook g1, we've got that line, and after rook c3, if he just simply captures my rook, I take this rook, and I'm up material. So probably just going to go ahead and play it instead of spending another 10 minutes on a move, which I have done in the past. This video is already probably 12, 13 minutes long, so kudos if you've already stayed for this long. But let's see if this pays off. Fingers crossed. I almost rather it be wrong. Knight c3 was a good move, but not the computer's first choice. So it is a strong move, but not the best. So let's look for the best. Let's look for the best here. Okay, well that just opens up another whole can of worms, doesn't it? Because we thought we were ending the video, but no, this might turn into a 20, 30-minute video at this rate. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe, yeah, okay. The problem with, I think, taking on g2 with either of my minor pieces is that he just takes my rook. And, like, I kind of have to say to myself, well, what have I really gained? I've just traded rooks. Bishop e4 check really doesn't work. Knight takes is simple. I was thinking about maybe sacrificing here and then double checking on d3, but I don't think that works. Excuse me. I don't think it has anything to do with this pawn. I don't think it has anything to do with this rook, because I have this rook that's hanging, so I feel like I really need to get it working in some manner. And I was thinking bishop e4, yeah, if knight takes, maybe I have something with rook takes c1, king takes c1, and knight d3, or even knight f3, hitting the queen and protecting g1 and stuff like that. if you can follow my train of thought. But bishop e4, the queen can just take. He's not even obliged to take with the knight, you know? And also then my rook's hanging on a8, so I don't think bishop e4 is anything. Maybe just rook c8. Maybe it's as simple as doubling the rooks. I wonder if knight to d3 is an idea for some reason. Threatening mate, of course. So if queen takes c3, d3, excuse me, knight d3, queen d3. I mean, I can't see anything. I really thought rook takes c3 was going to be it, guys. 9 minutes into this tactic. It's the ninth hour, and we're still here. Hmm. I mean, okay, I've got to get it out of my head. Rook c3 was a fine move. I just keep thinking to myself, Rook c3 was winning. So there clearly is a stronger move here somewhere. um, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm so focused on Rook c3, but okay, fine. It's not Rook c3. It's not Rook d5. I don't think. I don't think it's Rook d5 because just knight takes. Yeah. Uh, knight takes g2, queen takes c5. I don't see what else I can do in that line. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to just play a move soon because this video will just go indefinitely. I could sit here for hours, so I might just have to, you know, yes, I do want to find a move, but within reason. Maybe I'll have to make a part two for this video. Solving tactics part two. Wow, what an epic video. I'm trying to find something after a knight or a bishop captures, and then he captures on c5, and I can't think of anything good. Knight, queen here. Where does this knight even go? How can it improve? I mean, this rook will be hanging, but I can't exploit that, I don't think. Alright. It's 11:36 into this tactic. 11 minutes 36 into one tactic. Lucky I like chess. And if it gets to 13 minutes, so in a minute 15, I'm just going to make a move. I'm just going to capture on g2 with some piece. I mean, this is probably something very obvious. And you're sitting there at home. You're sitting there watching me going, Mark, please, 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 just checkmate him. I'm trying. Okay. Focus, 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 focus. I got nothing. Doubling rook on c8. I don't really see what the point of that is. I'm just going to go ahead, guys, and take on g2 with one of my pieces. Which one's better? It's hard to say. Probably guess the knight for unknown reasons. I can't threaten anything with my rook and then take it, can I? I don't think that's the original reason I took on c3 was to avoid just trading rooks, because I don't see how that's good for black. I just don't see it. Well, let's just... Okay, here we go. I'm just going to make a move, and we'll just find out whatever the move was. Problem failed. Not surprised by that. Okay. Bishop takes g2 is the move. And the continuation seems to be... Sorry if this is super loud, these board moves, by the way. But bishop takes g2, a3. What's my threat here after bishop a2? I suppose then... Okay, I guess the point is I want to... Okay, that's probably why knight g2 is wrong. Bishop g2 sets up the threat. Say he does nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. What's a nothing move? It's hard to say. a3 is pretty nothing. Now, I think maybe the idea is rook c3. He has a flight square. Say he didn't have a flight square? I would suspect something like this is really strong. Because now I'm preparing bishop e4. Say the queen captures, bishop e4. No, that doesn't look that strong, actually. I guess just doubling rooks. Well, okay. Let's just go back to the original. What happens if queen takes c5 here? Then it's bishop check. Now he can't block, so the king has to move, and then I think I have a knight check. King here, double check, king must go back, and check, and mate. So that could be just that continuation. And of course here, if instead of moving the king, you capture the bishop, it's going to be check. You can't block on c2, because the queen can capture, and you're just down a queen. So what I guess you got to move your king, but then it's check. You don't want to capture because you lose your queen again. But then it's, yeah, it's going to be a mate. Okay, so I guess that's the point of g2. Bishop takes d2 to free up the diagonal, more or less. This capture kind of removes the defender from e4, which is really cool. So, despite the fact that this tactic took ages, and if you're still here, I commend you even more than before when it was probably halfway through the video. That's cool. That's cool. So it's not really it's not really trading rooks as I thought it was, because what's really happening is the queen's no longer defending e4, and so this check is brutal. Now, when we go back up here, rook takes c3 is the second best move, which I'm kind of happy about. And the other one I briefly looked at was rook a c8, but I thought it wasn't quite doing enough. Rook takes c3, rook takes c3, and then queen takes g2. Something like that was what I was thinking, and we are up material, so that's of course winning. And I think rook takes c3. The other line I was looking at was this, but this. No. Yeah. This is probably fine too. Like anything, it's all winning if the queen takes. What was the other move I was going to think after rook c3? I was thinking rook g1. This was the cool line I was thinking about, actually. What did it start with? I think it started with bishop e4 check. Now, if blocks, I just take it again. So it's probably not that. And I was thinking if queen takes, then queen takes check. The king must move, and that's mate. Which is cool. And, yeah. So rook g1 would fail to those checks. Anyway, that was cool. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed spending the time. So if you're still here at the end of the video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Whether you enjoyed the fact that it took me so long, whether you enjoyed the fact that, you know, we did some analysis at the end, whatever, just give me feedback in the comments below if you'd like to. Feel free to upvote, share, subscribe, all of that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Catch the kiss.